reach out to a group of people and bond, because it doesn't matter. I might do a painting and you might like it or not, or a novel and you might like my style of writing, but music is so much wider and can reach out quite a bit further. I've played all over the world to people that don't speak any English, where I don't speak their language, and we can connect on music. So this song is the state song of Washington. It's interesting, and I would say, maybe, and I might be going out on a limb, that some of the more progressive politics of Washington State might have been born in these songs. Music is powerful. It really, really can bring in a revolution. And this was, in the United States, this time period, in my mind, more than the wars, was probably the biggest cultural revolution. I feel like it's a little bit in danger right now, and I'm feeling very political right now, because I feel like the values that I believe in are disappearing a little bit in this country right now. We're going back to a time where, I don't know if you guys know, but very few people hold all the money again. Again.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's something that has to be fought. So there's a reason why I like Woody Guthrie. It's not so much his music as, the musics I like are often quite different from this. I like his message. I feel like his message is just as important, more important now, more vital now than it was when he wrote these songs.
When did he write this song?
What's that?
When did he write this song? Which year?
I don't know exactly the date. It was whatever. So when I used to take history in college, I never was good with the dates. I like what happened. So I don't know. I don't know the date. I always forget. I would say the 30s, because it was coming out of the Depression, but I'm not sure.
You guys researched it. Do you remember the date?
Yeah. Who did their homework? Nobody has the date.
I thought it was 1941 for some reason.
Yeah.
41.
41.
Oh, it was, because it was post-Depression when it chased everybody out, and then he came, it was towards the end of his career. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think let's go with that. That's a good guess.
Okay.
It's a solid guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we do some questions?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to talk. I feel like the most we could learn from each other would be back and forth, if you guys like that. If anybody has any questions.
Yeah, you guys take out your questions. Take out last night's homework and just raise your hand if you've got a question you want to ask Ian. And if you're shy and nobody wants to ask, I will force you by calling on you.
When you started to play guitar?
When did I start to play guitar? I started playing guitar when I was 15. I was a classical violinist as a child, and I was a pretty good violinist, and I cut all of my tendons in my hand. They didn't work, and so in order to rehabilitate my hand, I took up the guitar. So even now when I play, and I'm a solo guitar player, my hands don't work right, which is funny that I make my money with the worst part of my body. So yeah, I started when I was 15. I started touring as a musician when I was going to college. I was going to the University of Texas in Austin, and I went to talk to my counselor because I had a tour, a national tour, and I told her I would be back when I was done touring.
Wow.
And never went back because I didn't stop.
Thank you.
Why you switched from violin to guitar?
Because the classical world is a world of the past. Very beautiful. I love classical music, but when you play, I don't know if any of you have played classical music, it's a very regimented style. And the guitar is even though it's not a new instrument, it is a new instrument. It's kind of unknown. You can do anything on it. It can be whatever you want it to be. You understand? So there's more freedom in that. What is my favorite guitar? My favorite artist in the world? It's tough. I have a lot. I love Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder.
Here I am. Here I am, signed.
Signed seals.
Yeah.
Just did that yesterday. I'll remember this.
Just did that.
I love, I mean, a lot of the artists, I'm a big Jimi Hendrix fan. He's a really, really big influence on me. I like artists that are big, that think big. You know what I mean? They don't fit in and they make new, like before they came out, that style of music didn't exist. And like Stevie Wonder did that. He was a soul singer, but his music was so big that it changed music. And Jimi Hendrix did as well, the Beatles. Most of the contemporary music, the music of now that I like is more underground. There aren't many popular artists that I really like. I like some hip hop, but most of the hip hop I liked was in the 90s. I thought it was a more dangerous, more vital. I'm really into this music called Urok, which is from North Africa. It's North African musicians listening to American blues, but it's African, so it's very different. Yeah, I like a lot of music.
Yeah.
Why do you choose the country music to play and write a song? And what's the philosophies in your song?
Okay. Well, I don't consider my music country. As a matter of fact, I would generally describe myself as a rock musician because I'm playing the acoustic guitar and doing these songs. They're folk and probably sound that way. What I do like about that type of music is there's a message. Like these songs that were written many, many years ago, the message is very important. My philosophy with music is that life is suffering, okay? That is a starting place. There's suffering in the world. And I want to reach out to every soul and make this suffering a little bit less. So I try to write songs that are deeply honest, and I don't care about being trendy. I don't care. I mean, I've had success, but I think music serves the purpose of lifting the soul. So that is my fundamental philosophy with writing.
So,
Do you remember which person gave you the huge impact on your relation path?
What was the last part?
On your relation path.
Relation paths?
Relation.
Your musician path?
Yeah.
Oh, so again, so many people. I had an English teacher, actually, who encouraged me because, you know, as a young person, you know, you hold your feelings so close inside of your heart, and they're very gentle, and maybe only your best friends. So to sit in front of people you don't know and tell everybody everything is very vulnerable. But he showed me the power of that. It's the same thing when you walk into a room and you feel confident and everybody sees it. He encouraged that thing, which is to say that the more you're scared of it, you become aware of the fear and use that as your strength. As far as musicians, I had so many other musicians along the way. I have hundreds of them, because people in music are very generous. If you're a musician, you're not doing it for the money. So oftentimes the camaraderie is on a deeper spiritual level, because you're on a path to do something beyond wealth and power.
so why are you moved from Texas to here? Is that related with the country or?
No, I wanted to. I have a family now. I wanted to have children, and I was very successful in Austin, and I felt like it would be not a good environment to raise my kids in, because I wanted them to have an opportunity to have their own voice and not just be my son. So moving up here, I'm in the music community, but I'm not as big of a deal up here. So I play, but I tour in Texas and I live here.
Grady, did you have your hand up?
Can you remember the first time you
stand in front of people like as a musician?
Yeah.
And what was the occasion?
Well, the first time was in middle school, and I was playing the violin in front of everybody in my school. And I was so nervous that my hands were shaking, which is good for the violin. But then with the guitar, you know, was a similar thing. Just, it's so funny because you never know what your destiny is, right? You never know, like every moment, like you never know what it could be, because the first time I played, you would have laughed if you saw it. It was in this little pub, and my friends were there, and it was, you know, I was terrible because I was just starting. But obviously, you fill that in, you know.
Maybe somebody else that hasn't had a chance to say a question yet.
So how do you get your inspiration when you write a new song?
Well,
Or where does the inspiration come from?
yes. Well, the beauty of inspiration is that it comes from everywhere when you're open to it. What I do a songwriting camp where people come and we go into the country and we get very quiet. I say inspiration comes through meditation. Not necessarily meditation like this, but meditation where you become quiet and you allow things to come into your soul. So everywhere. And inspiration can be talking in front of you. If you see, like, whatever you do in your life, say you're an architect, you will see angles and you will see building structures. If you are a painter, you'll see colors, or a photographer, color hues. If you're a chef, every meal you have is the pieces of it. So the inspiration is taking things that we all see and getting quiet enough that you see the details. Because everything is dimensional. Every single thing is simple and complex. And if you can see the world like a baby that has never seen anything and you don't know what anything is, do you remember being a small baby and you don't know if there's a monster right there and under your bed? That's inspiration.
Very fresh eyes. Just bringing that fresh eyes kind of to each day, and
It's a lot of work.
it is because you have to go to that quiet place.
I work really, I read a lot, I take in a lot. I'm very, very conscious of what, I don't listen to pop music because if I did, I would sound like that, and I don't want to sound like the radio. I'm very, very, the word empathetic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I resonate with whatever. Like if anything I listen to, anything I eat comes back through my eyes and ears and mouth.
When I heard you play certain pop music, it's similar to bolero music. I don't know what's the difference between pop music and bolero.
Bolero?
Yeah, bolero.
Oh. I think the most important thing to think of is that I don't think in terms of a style of music. That when I sing, pop music doesn't mean anything. Pop music just means that a lot of people like it, really. The style, I guess what I do play music that typically will have real musicians playing it, which is unusual now because most music is made by computers now. So that is different. But other than that, I don't really try to write in like any style. The bolero, you're like, that's like you're like,
can play the bolero.
you mean like that? Well, a little bit.
That's the popular music in my country.
Really?
Yeah.
Bolero music?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
That is the popular music in Vietnam right now?
Yeah.
Bolero music.
Bolero.
Wow.
Great.
Who knew?
Wow, I didn't know that. That's so wild.
Charles, do
Charles?
you have a question?
Yeah, what do you usually do to be concentrated and write a song?
When I do, what was the first part?
So what do you usually do to be concentrated and write a song?
Between the first idea, like how does the song come from the idea?
Yeah.
Did you say concentrated?
Yeah.
How do you concentrate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Write a song.
Yes, that's a good question because it's a very difficult process, and a lot of times you might have a great idea, but the difference between a songwriter and a person with an idea is a big difference. So the biggest problem that I would imagine with each generation that you guys probably have is your mind works really fast, right? Do you guys have a lot of information in your head?
Mm-hmm.
Simplify. That's how I do it. Like I try to forget my cell phone, forget my computer, forget my other ideas, and think about one idea and don't stop thinking about it until it's finished. Because that's where you get messed up. Like if you start writing and you start writing the song and then you go, oh yeah, I gotta update my, whatever I don't know what social media you do, like, and then you start thinking about that, then you lose track of your focus. The way I think of art culture is this way. Books, movies, thoughts, friends, Instagram, Vine, blah, 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 stuff is this way. Art is this way. Art is taking a moment and diving. And if you dive far enough, then you say something that nobody else said because you thought more about it. You put more soul into it. When you write something for your boyfriend or your girlfriend who maybe likes somebody else but you want to keep them and you're going to say the one thing that's going to make them really love you, that's how you write a great song. You put so much soul, so much mind, spirit, heart into it that it means something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Probably only have time for one more question, maybe somebody who hasn't had a chance yet.
Anybody else? He's asked one, is there anybody that hasn't said anything that wants, not that I don't want to talk to you, man, but I just want to make sure, all right.
You know Ben Howard?
Who?
Ben Howard, the songwriter.
Ben Howard?
Ben Howard.
Where's he from?
I think French.
What kind of music is it?
I think. Folk.
Huh.
I'm not sure.
I thought he was Australian, but I have to
I
check.
think he's living French now.
You know him?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah, my sister's really into it. but-
Ben Howard.
Ben Howard.
Ben
yeah.
Howard.
No, I don't know him. Like I said, I used to listen to a lot more music. I don't really want to because I think it's more interesting for me to keep myself apart from it and then have my own voice. Even though I often do like stuff, I just, it's kind of like, you could get up and eat cereal in the morning or you could get up and eat something else, and I want to eat something else.
So is there some songs when you write, you say that this song people will appreciate, this not?
Yeah, I'm always wrong. I always think I'll write a song and I think everybody's going to love it and nobody cares. And then I'll write a song and I'm like, everyone's going to hate this and everyone loves it. You never know. That's why it's important to not stop yourself. You don't know what other people are going to relate to. And I think it's important to just let your voice be heard. And you think people don't care about these things. And you might think they're small and embarrassing to say, but when you speak a deeper truth, you often reach more people than you think you would.
All right, guys, so I wish we had a little bit more time, but thank you, everybody. Thank you.